Oh, welcome back to Vegas Live with Ninon. We know where we are. We're on the red carpet down here, and we're on the, I call it the red carpet, I meant the red couch, excuse me. I have Sally and Ned with me, and they actually, do you do a tribute to the Carpenters, or do you actually come on as the Carpenters, impersonation?
Maybe you should answer that question.
We are,
one of you.
Yes, we are 100% in character, so yes, we are Karen and Richard Carpenter impersonators.
So you're impersonators
Correct.
of the brother and sister, the Carpenters. We all know who the Carpenters were. Unfortunately, she passed away. And the most beautiful voice I think I've ever heard of somebody coming over so natural. And so like it was like her talking when she sung. And it was just, it was so real for her. But do you ever go back into kind of her life and find out exactly how she was? Because I had the impression she was a very kind of a sad person. She didn't seem like she was always happy.
Yeah, I think what she projected to the world was, very happy, bubbly. She had a amazing sense of humor. But underneath that there was a lot of pain and insecurity.
Was that to do with the boyfriend she had? Because she had a boyfriend that kind of went on and off, and it kind of fussed around and everything else,
Well, she dated off and on a lot of celebrities.
I think she had but she had one definite boyfriend.
She got married towards the end of her life.
Oh,
and
I didn't know
that was a disaster of her marriage.
And that was a disaster.
And that was
so
one of the things that.
So her character was kind of, she was always not really, although she came out happy and everything was wonderful, but this inside of her, I always got connected to that sort of sad part that she was never really fulfilled as being a happy person, like us. Like, Ned, are you a happy person?
I'm a very happy person.
So how do you like playing the part of the male Carpenter?
Of Richard. That is a relatively new thing for me. The
Why?
Carpenters started out as her baby from Vermont, where she came from.
You're from Vermont?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
and so we met a year ago.
That's all?
Well,
yeah.
last January.
Last January.
But I moved here about a year ago.
Yeah, and so she sat in with me and explained that she was with this Carpenter show, and I was very intrigued. And now I have a very newfound respect for Richard and his talent, and Karen's talent.
But what is Richard doing now? Is he doing anything?
Richard just released a CD. He went back with the
Royal Philharmonic Orchestra.
Royal Philharmonic Orchestra in the UK.
Oh my goodness! See, I didn't know that. The Royal Philharmonic. That's a British. That's.
Yeah, he went back, and
wow.
because when they were working, they spent so much time touring. He was always like, I wish I had a little more time to work on this album or that album. And so now he's gone back with digital technology and taken Karen's voice and made it. Put a fresh coat of paint on everything with a full orchestra that he conducted, and it just released, and it's gotten rave reviews.
Really?
Yeah, he is. How old is he now?
Coming
70,
out?
72.
Hang on a second. That is really funny, because I'm like thinking the Carpenters. They're still, this young couple going, brother and sister, going around and everything. 72.
72, and I've had some very tall shoes to fill because. What we're doing in this show, we're doing a recreation of their live concerts, predominantly from the New London Theatre in 1976.
Oh, wow, we're going back sometime.
Yeah, so that's
this
why.
This is before my time.
Yeah, so that's why we're performing like this in our band or
dialogue.
This
is how you are, and actually, this is how you perform.
Yes, these are our show costumes.
This is your show costumes.
This is it.
Now, how long is your show? 40 minutes?
90 minutes.
90 minutes, hour and a half kind of.
Give or take.
And have you changed it, because you're in costume, and have you changed the whole show around, or have you sort of brought out a new kind of show? What have you done?
Well, this current show, this new version of the show is quite a bit different from the previous versions of my show. So with this new one, we have recreated their 1976 live performances down to the dialogue between Karen and Richard.
So in other words, you've actually watched or got hold of, and
Yeah.
you've watched all their performances.
About 500 times.
We're probably responsible for hundreds
reason
of
I'm getting
views
this
of those
out
videos.
there,
Yeah.
the reason I want
Yeah.
this out there is because we all see them on stage, or anybody on stage. I don't think people understand what you really have to go through. They think, oh, you take a look at it and say, well, I'm just going to be like that person, I'm going to get up and sing.
No, there's a lot
And
of
it
preparation.
doesn't work that way.
No, and in addition to that, I wrote all the arrangements. We have an all Vegas music cast behind us as well.
Okay.
And so I had to go back. You can't just get on the internet and buy this sheet music. It's not, a lot of it never was published. So I have to go back, listen to everything, write, recreate
it
build
all.
the sets, the props. She plays drums in the show.
Now, do you really play drums?
I do,
Yeah.
yeah.
And so
Did you really have to learn, or could you play
Well,
before?
I 2.5 years ago, I decided that at some point I want to integrate the drums into the show.
Okay, well, that was her main thing.
Yeah, and
Well,
like
Yeah.
that was her main thing of coming out, and then she started
Yeah.
to sing.
Yeah.
Is that right?
then
this
she would
rolling
front the
stage
band,
would
but-
come on, and so I had to build a rolling stage for her that fits into a tour case, and so all
what I
these
mean?
details.
See all the
Right.
work that goes into something.
A
You just
lot
go
of
there
work.
and you know you see
Yeah.
the show. Where was this show performed?
Well,
We just
Yeah.
debuted last week
Okay.
at Solera. It's in the Anthem part of the south part of Las Vegas.
Okay.
It's a small 150 seater. We saw it as like our soft opening to
Yes.
premiere a show.
And is that much easier to come out and, as you call it, a soft opening? Because that's
Yeah.
what they call them. A soft opening is
Yeah.
when it's not too big and not everybody is invited, but is a place where you can actually do their first performance, right?
It's easy in the fact that it was a very friendly, welcoming audience, understanding it was our first one, but at the same time, it's a small venue. We had to bring everything. We brought our own sound guy, our own equipment, you know, the
Yes.
technical. We have audio visual. She put all the video slides
there's
together.
a lot of video projections.
It's a very
So you
historic
actually,
tribute.
so before you're going, you present something to the audience, and then there's a kind of a video, and then you come
Yeah.
on with your singing.
And
I
on
think
top
I've
of
got
that,
it down right. I'm not sure.
and on top of that, one thing that we're doing that none of the Carpenters tribute acts that we know of, there's not that many of them.
There are some though, but not
because their big break was from Herb Alpert of A&M Records. He's the A of A&M.
Yes.
Is we also open with a tribute to Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass.
that kicks
And
off
so-
the show.
That kicks off the show.
I play the trumpet and I go out as Herb Alpert.
Wow.
And then so we have that on top of everything else we're doing. So
And then there's a video projection. He comes back as Richard.
This is such a dedication of the two of you. Did you get married, by the way?
Not
yet.
Not yet.
you said yet.
I just thought I'd cut that in there a little bit because I think, you know, they're kind of slowly...
We've been a little busy
not
lately.
slowly,
so,
but I think they're getting... Well, you're still together anyway, you know.
Oh
all the
yeah,
time,
we're
all
heading
the
in that
time.
direction.
Yes,
so.
heading in that direction.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. But even if it doesn't happen that way, because it doesn't always have to be marriage. You can still just be friends, you can still do your show, you can still do everything you need to do and still be great.
I don't think she would like that very much, but yeah. You might want it to go to another
I
level.
thought that was quite a good speech I just made. I thought that was quite, you know, because of them
Yeah.
not tripping them into a corner where they got to get married.
Yeah.
You know,
well,
but,
we live together. We are a couple.
yeah, you are a couple.
Yeah.
You live together. Did you ever think in your lifetime you would be playing Richard?
Never in my lifetime. Not till even before I met her. Never considered it.
No. And what about
never
you?
crossed my mind.
Well, I was.
Miss
I got
Carpenter?
to the, yeah, I know. I got to a point with my show that I was like, well, you know, I'm playing Karen, but it wasn't Karen Carpenter. It was the Carpenters. I need a
Yeah.
Richard.
Yes.
And so I met Ned, and then one thing led to another, and he's the perfect fit.
So did you
So-
ever think you would do it though?
Oh,
Because, you know, it's a
It was one of those things where I wanted to do a one-woman show, and I didn't have at first a specific idea, and I started, you know, reading through all different types of music, and then it was.
And this is what you wanted to do. You wanted to do the Carpenters.
It was apparent very early on that it was a perfect
Perfect fit
and
for
I
you.
just kept on.
And
going
is
with
that
it.
because you look a little bit like her?
There's that vocally, my range is the same
The
as
same
Karen's.
as hers?
Same
I-
alto range.
I
What about
also-
Richard? Are you the same kind, or have you developed
pretty
into
much,
Richard?
pretty much the same.
Do you listen to him so you can pick up the same vocal sounds and everything
Yeah,
else?
yeah. He also talks in a little bit of a lower range, almost that. Almost that.
Transatlantic?
Yeah, almost that transatlantic accent. It's almost monotone, and he talks a little more kind of, you know.
So you have to
there's-
try to get it.
And
Right,
I,
yeah.
my character of him is evolving. I have
Yes.
done other characters. I've done Jerry Lee Lewis.
Oh, really?
I've done
Jerry Lewis. Now that's completely different from the
Yeah,
Carpenters.
and
That's
voice-wise.
Do you play the piano like that?
Yeah. I beat the hell out of it. You have to, right?
Oh my
And then,
God! I definitely. Do you put that in the show? Is that in your show now?
No. That would be out of character.
That would be out of character.
And I've
so
done
strictly the show is strictly the Carpenters.
and Herb Alpert and Tijuana Brass.
Yes.
And I have studied other voices. I do Louis Armstrong. I do. That I said to myself, what a wonderful world. Those sort of.
Came out of the blue.
Those sort of
What
things.
else do you do? Come on, I like that.
Oh, God. But you're too young to know the people that I
don't
do.
know, but I'm just trying to, be
You
courteous and
remember?
try to-
Well, you remember Sarah Vaughan, right? You remember how Sarah would
Sarah Vaughan.
look at me, up a tree, clinging to cloud. That sort of thing.
Who else? Jerry Lee Lewis. Jerry Lee Lewis. Do Jerry Lee Lewis for me.
Well,
he was more piano, wasn't
it
he?
was more pianistic.
Yes, he was more of a pianist.
But when I come from Faraday, Louisiana, Neon, I want to apologize to you. My beautiful wife and first cousin Myra couldn't make it tonight because it's a school night. But that's so. But anyway, I would work on this type of voices.
We've only just begun to live.
The definitive show celebrating the music and history of the famed brother-sister duo. Sally Olson is Karen Carpenter. Unsurpassed in her uncanny representation, Sally's performance honors the cherished legacy of the 1970s songstress. Carpenters fans around the country claim that Sally is the closest thing to Karen.
So many roads to choose. Such a feeling's coming over me. There is wonder in most everything I see. Not a cloud in the sky, got the sun in my eyes, and I won't be surprised if it's a dream.
Now we know exactly how you are, and you are just like her. And I have reference from out there in the audience. So where are you appearing next?
Yeah, April the 19th at the Casablanca showroom in Mesquite, Nevada.
Oh, that's a big
Very excited
stage. That's
about
a big showroom out
Yeah,
there.
it'll be our first big stage.
Yes.
And they've already started advertising on the radio and on Ninon.
Ninon,
yeah,
Vegas Live with Ninon. We've got it right out here as well. Don't forget Mesquite at the...
Absolutely. On April 19th, showtime is...
It's 8:30.
8:30 show. The
8:30.
tickets are over half sold, and they're just beginning their advertising.
You mean over half sold already?
Already?
Yeah.
And
Oh, my
so
goodness.
We couldn't be more
we may
thrilled.
sell out.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
they,
it sounds
you need
like
to get your
this
tickets
is not
fast.
a small room. This is quite a large room.
It's a
pretty big.
450 seater, yeah.
450 seater on your new
We've sold
show.
300 tickets already.
Oh, that's
so
wonderful. That's
yeah,
wonderful.
we're excited
do you want
about
to
it.
give that back out again, that information?
Yeah, that's at the Casablanca showroom at the Casablanca in Mesquite, Nevada on April 19th, showtime 8:30. So just Google Casablanca, you can get ticket information on that. And also on April 26th, the Carpenters, God rest Karen's soul, is celebrating the 50th anniversary of their signing with A&M Records.
Oh my goodness.
And have a big convention in Thousand Oaks, California, and we've been invited to do a showcase for them as well.
Oh, how
So
what
we're
an
doing
honor
a
that
full
is.
concert.
Oh my goodness.
It's sold out. There's groups from
That's so-
Japan
It's the
coming
one
all
place
over the world.
at one time where you'll have like all the major Carpenters fans together in one
Really?
spot,
Yeah.
so it's going to be
Oh,
pretty
that's going to
surreal.
be
Yeah.
absolutely
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah.
And when you look at all the work that goes into it, and then now this all kind of pays off, it's absolutely amazing. And I think what you've done and how hard you've worked, it makes it all worthwhile, doesn't it?
Yeah.
When you turn around and say that their first performance was just like a showcase thing to make sure it all worked, and now they've got a real show going on, and they're
Yeah.
practically sold out. I mean,
Yeah.
that is one. Congratulations,
Thank
both
you.
of you. Absolutely amazing.
you.
And hopefully you'll get down there and you'll get to see them and
Great.
see exactly the whole show. But the a cappella was pretty cool, I'll tell you.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll be right back. Vegas Live with Ninon.
Thank you.
Sally's stunning vocals combined with vintage costumes, authentic hairstyles, historical commentary, lovely arrangements, and a live band will take you on an incredible journey into the world of the Carpenters.
Close to